Have you ever noticed this? The moment someone starts replying late, acting distant, or showing zero interest, suddenly they become 10 times more attractive. When they liked you, you were confused. When they pulled away, now it's true love. Strange, right? Here's the uncomfortable truth. It's usually not love, it's psychology. And today, we're breaking down why your brain gets obsessed with people who don't even want you. Let's start with something simple. Imagine you walk into a store. There are 100 black t-shirts. Nobody's touching them. You don't care either. Now imagine there's one t-shirt left. A small sign says, "Last piece, almost sold out." Suddenly, it looks better, cleaner, more stylish, maybe even expensive. Same shirt, different feeling. That's called the scarcity effect. Your brain is wired to value what's rare. When someone is emotionally unavailable, distant, or selective, your brain reads that as limited supply. Limited supply equals high value. It's not romance. It's ancient survival wiring. Now let's go deeper. Have you ever noticed how addictive hot and cold behavior is? One day they text you non-stop. Next day they disappear. You feel anxious. You check your phone 37 times. You reread old messages like they're sacred scriptures. Why? Because your brain loves unpredictable rewards. This is called intermittent reinforcement. It's the same mechanism used in casinos. If a slot machine paid every time, it wouldn't be exciting. But because you win randomly, your brain keeps pulling the lever. When someone gives you attention randomly, your brain releases dopamine, the anticipation chemical. Not happiness, anticipation. And anticipation is addictive. So you're not chasing the person, you're chasing the next emotional hit. Now let's talk about ego. This part might sting. Sometimes you don't want the person. You want the validation. When someone doesn't choose you, it creates a tiny wound in your ego. Your brain starts thinking, why not me? What do they see in others? Am I not enough? And now, it's not about connection anymore. It's about winning. You want to be chosen. Because being chosen feels like proof that you matter. So you chase. Not because they're perfect, but because rejection triggered your self-worth, and your brain wants to repair it. Let's get even more honest. Sometimes you're attracted to emotionally unavailable people because they feel familiar. If you grew up feeling like love had to be earned, if attention was inconsistent, if approval was rare, then guess what feels normal? Uncertainty. Your nervous system doesn't feel excited by stability. It feels bored by it. Healthy, consistent love can feel too easy, and your brain mistakes calm for lack of chemistry. But chaos? That feels alive. So when someone is distant or hard to read, your system goes, "This feels intense. This must be real." It's not real. It's familiar. Here's another uncomfortable truth. When someone is available and interested, there's no mystery. You know where you stand. There's nothing to figure out. But when someone is distant, your brain turns into a detective. You analyze their stories, their tone, their last seen status. Your brain loves solving puzzles, and a confusing person becomes a puzzle. But you're not attracted to them. You're addicted to solving them. Big difference. Let's use a simple real-life example. Imagine two people. Person A texts you consistently, makes plans, shows interest clearly. Person B replies after 12 hours, cancels sometimes, flirts randomly. Logically, person A is better. But emotionally, person B feels more exciting. Why? Because your brain confuses anxiety with attraction. Anxiety increases adrenaline. Adrenaline increases intensity. Intensity feels like passion. But passion built on anxiety usually ends in exhaustion. Now here's something important. The more someone pulls away, the more you invest. Why? Because your brain hates losing. There's something called loss aversion. We fear losing something more than we enjoy gaining something. So when someone starts slipping away, your brain goes into panic mode. Don't lose this, even if what you're losing wasn't even that great. It's wild when you think about it. You weren't obsessed when they were consistent. You became obsessed when they stopped. That's not love growing. That's fear growing. But here's the part nobody likes to admit. Sometimes you chase people who don't want you because deep down, you don't fully want them either. Confusing, right? If someone truly chose you fully, consistently, without games, that requires vulnerability. That requires you to show up. No excuses, no mystery. Being chosen completely means you can't hide behind the chase anymore. And for some people, the chase feels safer than real intimacy. Because in the chase, you're in control of the fantasy. In real connection, you risk being seen. So, what do you do with this information? First, notice the pattern. When you feel intense attraction, ask yourself, is this connection or is this uncertainty? Are you excited about them or about the possibility of winning them? Are you feeling calm or anxious? Real connection feels steady. Addiction feels urgent. Real interest feels warm. Ego chasing feels restless. Here's the shift. Instead of asking, why don't they want me? Ask, why does their lack of interest increase my desire? That question changes everything, because now you're observing your brain instead of being controlled by it. And once you see the pattern, it loses some power. Not all of it, but some. And that's enough to start making better choices. At the end of the day, you don't want people who don't want you. Your brain just thinks you do. Because scarcity feels valuable. Uncertainty feels exciting. Rejection hurts the ego. And unpredictability releases dopamine. But awareness breaks patterns. Next time you feel drawn to someone who barely notices you, pause. Maybe it's not destiny. Maybe it's just your brain chasing a puzzle. And puzzles are fun. Until you realize you deserve something that doesn't need solving.